Alright guys, here's a rifle I took out of the safe. I've been wanting to show off for a little while. I've had it for several years. I've actually done some testing with it, but I ain't really made a video showing what it is. And what this is a Springfield Armory model 1903. And if you look, it's not your traditional 1903 because it doesn't have the military fore-end stock. Basically what this is this was a Santa Fe conversion. I mean, before I get a whole lot of hate saying, oh, you ruined that gun, you did this, you did that, to a classic firearm, this gun was actually sold this way. So basically what happened, just give you a brief jump back history on the 1903. It was a U.S. service rifle. They used it in countless wars. It's one of their premier bolt action firearms. They used it up until they started replacing it with the Grand and M1 carbine, stuff like that. But just not to get into all the dates and everything, but this was a common thing to do in the 40s, 50s, 60s when they had all these surplus rifles around. They would take a military rifle and sporterize it and sell it to the civilian market, and they would use them as hunting rifles. This one was actually done by, if you can read that, the Santa Fe Division, Golden State Arms, and it is called a 1942 Sharpshooter. Now, we're not going to get into the ins and outs of Santa Fe's conversions and when they did with these sporting rifles. Some of the ones that were built, they used all different. Most of the ones they ever used, I haven't seen or heard of anything other than them using Springfield or Remington receivers. They did make some that were a commercial receiver, but as you can see on this one, it is stamped U.S. Springfield Armory. So that is a Springfield receiver. And if you look, .30-06, it's got the nitro proof marks. And some of these actually have the original military barrels. Some of them will be stamped with the little cannonball with flames on it, letting you know that it's one of their proof marks. But anyways, neither here nor there. These were a big ticket item. They did this with a lot of the infields. They did this with a lot of the Mausers. Most times back in those days, people would just take an action and then build their own barrel to a custom stock. In this case, they basically just took the receiver. It looks like this may be original factory barrel. I had to do a little bit more research on it to tell you exactly. But they sold these on the commercial market, dropped a fancy stock in it. It has the 1903 bolt where it's dropped down, and it also has the straight up and down. You can turn the bolt off, turn it on, lock it down. Can't do anything with it. You can put it up in half cock and it won't let you release the bolt. Put it in ready, then you can drop the bolt down. It also, one cool thing about the 1903, I'll show you, is it has a magazine shut-off feature right here. You can turn it on and off, and this will lock your magazine from allowing rounds to come up, so you can turn it off. So you can take the cartridge out that way without feeding in another one. It does not It does not have a hinged floor plate, as you can see. Some of the other, like the Mauser style and stuff, would have a little button here that you push, and this would don't. You could turn them out, but that's what this magazine lockout feature is, so you can unload the round without having to unload the complete rifle. The things that, when these things were sporterized, is they went in and put in these really cool, this has got the Lyman peep sight, you can see it, and yes, it's dusty. It's fixing to get a nice clean job. Most of that's lint from the sock, but like I said, they went in and they did some really nice Lyman peep sights on them. Very accurate rifle. It's got the middle of the barrel flip up, and then your standard post at the end with a gold bead. These were really nice rifles when they built them for the commercial market, but like I said, basically this was a really cool. This one I actually inherited. This used to be my grandfather's Old Faithful, he called it, deer rifle. And it is exactly the way he had it. I will probably take it out of the stock and strip everything down and boil it, because if you look, it does have, still has a pretty good bit of its original finish on it, where it was very well taken care of, but it does need some TLC as far as cleaning it up. I don't know if you can see, like right in this area here. And basically all it is this, the original finish, but it had rust on it, and back in the day most of the people would oil it, use WD-40, and just cover over that rust. So if you didn't keep it cleaned, it would rust up. So, but this one had been very well taken care of. Not going to strip down the finish, not going to do anything killer with it. I'm just going to probably go in and convert the metal parts and card them just to bring them back to this original finish. If you can see the difference here, where anytime you get stuff like this where it's frosted up, especially down below the stock line, and you can actually see where this has been rusted before and cleaned. But it was a well used, well loved rifle, and I will still cherish it my whole life, and hopefully I'll go in and make sure there's nothing going on underneath where it will continue to degrade, and one day maybe I can pass it on to one of my family members. Just a neat old rifle. Thought everybody would like to see that. I don't know if you can see, but it does have the original Santa Fe butt pad on it. Mechanically sound. I have shot this gun numerous times, but like I said, I wanted to get it out, clean it up, and then we're going to go in and make it look. We're not going to restore it. We're not going to go in and strip the finish down. We'll probably just clean it up and wipe it down, maybe give it a little coat of oil or some wax just to keep it nice. And then, as always with guns that I'm going to keep and do not want to have any problems with them getting scratched and bumped in safes, I always put them in a silicone sock. That protects them. So just figured I would go over and show you a neat little gun. I have shot this numerous times on camera and testing 30-06 shells, so I may edit in some of those clips with that now. Just wanted to share one of an awesome old deer rifle.